Hi folks, hope you're well. So, yes, they had the tea and coffee thing down at the Pentecostal church earlier, so I went down there. Yeah, I was speaking to one chap first who is an ex-police officer, an old man, probably in his late 70s, early 80s sort of age. Sharing some of the things that God has been saying, and of course this person didn't want to receive anything because, well, as I said, this is the thing with people. If you've had a belief, if you've had a way of thinking, and you've had that for years and years and years, letting that go, even in the face of absolute truth, yeah. Many people they think you're trying to trick them. They know what you're saying sounds right, but it can't be. Because if it was right, they would have known it already. How could they have been so wrong? And yeah. So I spoke to Dave Ellaby again, and when I shared with him about the fact that the Gentiles, that most of the stuff that Paul and Peter were speaking about, when they were speaking about repenting and speaking about sin, that they were speaking to the Jewish people, not the Gentiles. Yeah, Dave said, yeah, of course. Well, as I said to him, yeah, obviously the Gentiles weren't introduced to the God of the Jews until after the Lord. It wasn't until after. So therefore, once sin was dealt with, because I said to this older chap, I said, the problem is, what you're saying that people have to believe and repent. Well, the problem is, if you're saying people have to believe and repent, you're saying that sin wasn't dealt with. And of course, that was the thing that got him stuck. He couldn't get past that. No, yeah, he really thought I was trying to trick him with that one. But it's true. If you're saying that Gentiles have to repent, of what? Of what? Sin is no longer separating us from God, if that's the case. Sin is no longer in the way, so why does sin matter? Well, the answer is it doesn't. The only reason why sin is mentioned is because it's mentioned to people who understood that sin was in the way. So obviously, it had to be explained how sin is no longer in the way. You know. Yeah. So this is the point. Church has not been teaching people. Hasn't. It's failed completely to teach people over the years. I was even saying to Dave about the point of taking offence and about all this stuff, and that the church doesn't teach people about that. And he said, well, you're right. And I said about the fact that if you take offence, you're making that problem your problem, and the church needs to help people to understand that. And he says, well, yeah, you're right. They need to do that. Oh, he's been teaching in churches for how many years? I don't imagine he's ever taught about that. I don't imagine he has. But we've had this cancel culture for how long now? And so why isn't the church trying to help people to deal with that sort of crap? Yeah. Yeah, so that's with me. That's where that's where I just have to say I'm sorry, but the church is lost. Not saying everybody in the church is lost, but the church itself, what's there right now, yeah, that's gone. It's gone. The majority of it is not of God, and so therefore, yeah, the whole idea that will be revived, no, it won't. No, it's gone. if they don't care about helping people to deal with their issues, if they don't care about helping people to deal with the things that society is doing, then come on. It's your job to shine light in the darkness. If you don't care about shining light in the darkness, then don't call yourself a church. Yeah, if the River Church wanted to call itself the Elgin Community Centre, then fine. I wouldn't be saying anything about them, would I? Because it's to be expected they're doing things according to the world's way, right? That would be expected. If they want to sing a few songs to the Son and focus on the Son rather than the Father, as the Son was pointing to, telling us to focus on, well, you can understand that because they're of this world. They're a community centre, right? So why would you expect them to know anything about God? But when you call yourself a church, well, sorry, that's a different thing. You call yourself a church, then if you say that you love Christ and yet you ignore his words, I don't care if you're saying you're ignoring his words because you think that God is one individual doing 3 jobs. So therefore, when the Lord was saying you worship the Father, you pray to the Father, he's actually saying you pray to him and worship him. You're making him a liar. You're making the Son of God a liar. And again, if you want to do that and call yourself a community centre, do it. I don't care. Couldn't care less. But when you call yourself a church of God and you call yourself the River Church, and you want to act as if you're doing a great job, but you're actually calling the Son of God a liar, yeah. That's why I keep on coming back to it, really, isn't it? They should change their name to Elgin River Community Centre. Fine, do that. That settles it. You're of this world. Be of this world. Don't say you're of God. Don't say you're a church. There you go.